Hello everybody, my name is Orellana and my partner is Franco Ferrara. I will be presenting on the topic of the copper bullets that are saving American Raptors. It is a very interesting topic which needs to be spoken about more, as these birds are very important to our ecosystem. I'll start off by saying that lead bullets are the worst bullets to be using for hunting. And it is preferable if you use copper bullets, as they are a much safer alternative and much better for the environment if you are hunting. For years we have been using lead ammunition for hunting, and it has led to our raptors, eagles, hawks, other birds, scavengers to ingest the lead fragments while scavenging for carcasses that us or others, hunters, had left behind while hunting, obviously. And as a result, it has led to many of our raptors being unhealthy. Their population has been dwindling, or it's just brought harm to other wildlife in the ecosystem. It's much preferable if, again, you did use copper bullets, which are non-toxic and are gaining very, very large amounts of popularity and attention, as, again, they are a much safer alternative. They're just as effective for hunters and eliminate the environmental hazards associated with lead poisoning from lead bullets. Over the past decade, the use of copper bullets has seen a very significant rise, which is very, very good for the environment and, again, our raptors.
The development of lead-free options has skyrocketed. Just like any technology, that technology is evolving. It's getting better, it's getting cheaper, and we're at the point now where we have great copper and other lead-free alternatives.
So one of our most common...
Because of public awareness campaigns like Sporting Lead-Free, many major manufacturers now produce non-lead ammo in a wide variety of calibers.
Dialing in your hunting rifle for copper.
Legislation and conservation concerns have both fueled the switch to copper bullets, as copper bullets are, again, currently the main substitute in states like California, where lead ammunition has been prohibited from hunting. Environmental groups that understand the seriousness of lead poisoning to the raptors, again, just eagles, hawks, other raptors in general, birds and wildlife, many of whom who are already endangered, such as eagles, for the most part, are pushing for a changeover. Hunters can still hunt successfully by switching to copper bullets, as they don't have to deal with the damaging consequences of lead bullets.
They use ballistic demonstrations to show hunters why lead bullets can do so much damage.
Most hunters don't actually go to the range and shoot ballistic shells. We shoot at paper, and so a lot of folks don't realize that lead ammunition fragments. When a lead bullet hits its target, lead is really soft, so it begins to fragment into hundreds, if not thousands, of tiny pieces as it goes through that animal.
Copper, which is growing in popularity as a non-lead alternative, often stays in one piece.
From a performance standpoint, you don't want your bullet to fragment. You want it to stay together to get the most ethical kill.
Under an X-ray, the difference in fragmentation is even more clear.
This is the ballistics gel on top that we shot with the lead bullet. It's all those microscopic little fragments. The greatest concentration of that lead is right at that entrance and that exit. And that's where the birds are feeding because they can't get through the hide.
In this red circle here, that's 20 milligrams of lead. That is enough to kill an adult bald eagle. And when we think about how much of those can get left in a gut pile, it's pretty eye-opening.
You can see the differences in the copper bullets and the lead bullets The copper bullets just shoot straight through, while the lead bullets, as they shoot through, they split into fragments, and those fragments are the things that raptors eat. In many cases will lead to like them dying or them being poisoned and being hurt. It can lead to a lot of, it's a cycle. It leads to other animals in the environment also being harmed, as they as well are ingesting the the lead fragments.
One of the things we've been looking at for years is the incidence of lead poisoning. I can tell you firsthand, it is ridiculously saddening to walk up on one of the most iconic species in the world, face down in the dirt, wings spread open, and you know that bird suffered to death.
Through long-term studies, Brian has documented what happens when eagles accidentally ingest lead fragments.
The hunter uses a lead-based bullet. When that bullet collides with the animal that they're hunting, the deer, the elk, the antelope, it releases about 40% of that lead. And that lead just gets dispersed like a dust cloud within that animal, up to 18 inches surrounding the trajectory of that bullet. We don't want to take the guts home with us because that's not what we're going to eat. We leave that for the animals out in the field.
Scavengers like eagles and critically endangered California condors feed on these gut piles and carcasses.
It will shut down their digestive system. It will ground the eagle so it can't fly anymore. Its kidneys can fail. It can cause paralysis, blindness, seizures,
and even death. Studies show that nearly half of golden and bald eagles in the United States have elevated levels of lead in their blood. It's also the leading cause of death in California condors, whose population once reached an all-time low of 22. Captive breeding has saved them from extinction, but the threat remains.
Again, if you can change the lead bullet to copper bullets, that would be a much, much better change. It is a much better change for the environment. This change reflects an increasing dedication to protecting wildlife health and ensuring that the raptors are much safer and are much healthier, which are essential to, again, sustaining our ecosystem, and they can survive for generations if we do switch over to copper bullets. Now I'm going to be asking everybody questions that I feel everybody should be participating in. Professor, you can keep a tally system if you want for whoever answers correctly, or you can participate as well. First question is, why is lead poisoning so dangerous for the raptors? Well, lead poisoning often disrupts the bird's nervous system. It can cause a loss of coordination and difficulty in flying as well. It can often also be fatal, and especially if ingested freshly from a carcass, and large chunks of it as well. Second question being, how do copper bullets compare to lead bullets in terms of effectiveness? What is the difference as well when they go through a target? Well, copper bullets perform similarly to lead bullets in terms of accuracy and stopping power. They are just as effective, but the main difference being copper bullets don't split when they go through a target like a lead bullet will. A lead bullet will leave fragments where a copper bullet won't really do so. And what is the main impact of using lead bullets? Well, lead bullets contaminate the environment. They also don't help when animals ingest the lead fragments. They can poison not only scavengers like raptors, but other wildlife as well, and affect soil and water quality as well, which will eventually come back to us if we're not careful, which is why copper bullets are a much better alternative than lead bullets. These are thought-provoking questions that I thought I should ask to those of you who do hunt in the class, if any do hunt or have family members that do hunt. Will you guys be recommending copper bullets to your family members for them to be using instead of lead bullets? Another question also being, what would you guys do if it turns out that copper bullets were just not as effective as we thought originally? Would you guys look for an alternative bullet? What do you guys think would actually be better than a copper bullet if such things were to arise?